Back here with another Starcraft 2 replay. I'm the Osiris 143, and this is going to be a T versus Zerg on steps. Now, this time, it is me playing again. I thought I was playing Protoss. I could have sworn that he came up as a Protoss on the loading screen, but I was surprised to find that he didn't. So, once more, a Zerg. My opponent is jestics. Pretty high platinum player, about 1,800 points. So we're gonna see here. I'm gonna go for a 3 racks Marauder build, and he is going to go for a 2 hatchery in his main, not an expansion, and try to take over the map and speedling me. I got a couple more games that I could possibly post. Some of them aren't as good as the others. I try to post the best ones that I do, and I try to play, cast other people playing that are high rated. These are pretty good games, and I'm getting pretty high rated in the ladder, so this should be pretty interesting to watch. Now, he's going to get his spawning pool at 12 supply. That's fairly average. And I'm going to get my scout out early to see what he's doing. So you see, I am a little surprised when he comes up as Zerg, and I'm thinking, creep as a Protoss? This guy's got some special powers. Uh-oh. Oh, no bother. Whoa. Blast from the past. We're right back to where we started. Alright, so he's getting an extractor down here. That's probably for either roaches or mutas. You need some gas to get those tech units instead of lings. And I'm going to get a gas down as well, of course, since I'm doing my 3 racks Marauder build. Now, if you want, you could possibly throw down your tech lab as soon as you get that racks up and get a Reaper out. I would do that if I'm playing against Protoss, but against Zerg, they're going to have a queen in their base, and that makes it really hard to harass them. So I don't recommend that Reaper. I mean, maybe sometimes, if you're doing it really early and he's got a second hatchery, you could Reaper him. That will be able to take down any drones he has on the second hatch, and it will be able to harass him a lot before he gets his queen up. So I have my second barracks going down, and once I see Zerg and I don't have a wall off on my base, I'm going to want to put some walls up in my main. Terran are very good at choke point play. So if you always want to create choke points in your own base for the Zerg to maneuver around while you could shoot him from behind your buildings. So let's see what he's got going on here. He's got his overlords moving around. He's got his queen out, probably about to put some creep tumors down. Get that creep spreading. You want to creep spread as much as you can against Terran. In fact, you want to do it against anybody. Most of your units move faster on the creep, and that'll help you a lot in the late game once you get the creep all the way past halfway through the map and even onto your enemy's base. So I'm seeing a lot of players nowadays do this extractor kind of harassment here. Wasn't really effective against me. I guess it could have been effective if I wanted to go for a double Vespian gas, but since I didn't, it didn't have really any effect. And it is only 25 minerals on the Zerg player's side. So we see he's got 2 queens down here, not going for his natural. So you see most Zerg players do go for a 2 hatchery on their natural nowadays. That's why I do like the bunker push that I previewed before. So I have my Marauders out shooting down here, and he's got a huge Zergling army. So I'm getting a little worried here, pissing my pants. So I'm going to go back into my base and build this bunker and try to survive the onslaught that's coming. And the good thing is, if he only has a bit of Zerglings in a small enclosed encounter, Marauders and your SCVs will be able to take them out fairly easily, as we can see here. And he's not really going to be able to do enough damage here. I can have my SCVs preparing themselves, if anybody didn't know that, and shooting from afar with my Marauder and Marine and one in my bunker is completely safe. So he's not going to be able to cause enough damage there. So let's see what has he got going on in his base. He's got a Baneling nest going down. Like I said, the Banelings are very important in the last game. This is what the other guy should have done. Banelings, Banelings, Banelings. But actually, in this game, maybe not as smart considering Marauders are armored and Banelings do less damage against them. But still, Banelings are a good choice. You could take down a couple Marauders with a couple of Banelings for a trade-off. So we've got 35 to 30. I'm a little bit ahead. It's the APM. Fairly average at around 100. Nothing. We haven't had to spectacularly micro anything yet. Army, I'm very far ahead because I killed his Zerglings. So he's going to have to build up, and he's going to get these Banelings up to defend. He's got his creep tumor spreading, and I'm going to get a forward bunker there to prevent him from getting into the second natural. And Comsat, get these creep tumors down. You want to get that down as quick as you can. Get the spine crawler down. He's got his second hatchery coming up, and I'm going to kill this queen here, but no, he's going to transfuse and throw those Banelings at me. Now, it's not enough to do enough damage to kill me, but I am hurt. And his queens are going to go down, I think. And he has enough to keep me away, but I do get this bunker up, and he's not going to be able to take it out, so he's going to run off. So we got in my base, I haven't created a factory or anything yet. I'm going to have to keep some guys down in here, possibly go back into my bunker to take this small Zergling army out. At the same time, I'm going into his base, taking his hatchery and his queen out. Even attacking with my SCV, why not, hey? So we see action all over the map here. Can't make a forward bunker on creep, so he is protected. See, the Banelings are pretty effective at keeping me away from his base for the moment. Spine crawlers are not going down, though. Should probably put one closer to his mineral line so I couldn't go after it as easily. I take down his Zerglings over here, and little problem, really. His army, he basically has nothing right now. So he needs to get this hatchery down. It is down now, and he needs to start building up some guys to get out of his base, because you do not want to be a Zerg on one base against a Terran letting him get map control. The good thing is, I don't have many Marines, so he can keep his overlords down scouting. And we stim, and he's got just enough units to take me out, but I think I've got some guys coming up back behind me. Yep. And those Banelings are enough to keep any Terran player away, so I go after his Overlord with that one Marine I made. I'm keeping production of my units up. He's got another Queen coming. He's upgrading to a lair, so he can get some new units and upgrades. We got another battle going on here, and he's going to suicide most of his Banelings, but I'm still alive. We see that armored Marauders are too good against the Banelings for them to be really effective. They'd be much better if I had more Marines, and I have a factory going down now. Probably going to make Hellions. I can't really remember what I made this game. So he gets a spine crawler down in a very good spot right on his ramp, so I'm not going to be able to go up straight away and hit his base. And we're keeping Stimpak up. No Banelings for me right now. Oh, you see these Marauders can take a huge beating, so he's going to need something more than just a few Zerglings and Banelings to take out my Marauders. Now, he did get the speed upgrade for them, as is required when you're getting pounded by a Terran like this. No centrifugal hooks. Not necessary, but he does have a lot of resources because he's confined to just one base, and he just got the second one up, so probably should be making some more spine crawlers anticipating my attack. So I'm going to Comsat this, I believe, to take it out. And I'm going to take out his creep tumor, so he is still trapped in his base with nowhere to go. I am expanding to my natural, making some Hellions, and keeping my Marauder production up while also keeping my SCV production up. Gotta use all your resources. We've got another battle going on here. He creates some more Zerglings, but there's still not enough to take out these Stimpak Marauders. You see, he's having a lot of trouble taking these guys out. And I think I'm going to be able to take this hatchery, especially with these units that I'm just making. see the Hellions really rip through the Zerglings. Now he does have some Rubens to help him out, but they're not going to be enough to keep me off. That's 2 spine crawlers. Definitely want to get away from that. Stim out, and he's going to successfully defend his base. Now this guy especially, he held off my attack for a very long time. It was pretty impressive. But he still didn't do enough damage to my guys to get out of his base on time, I think. He really needs to get out of that, out of his first base and expand if he wants to get more drones out and consequently more army. With his creep disappearing, he's going to have even less chance of defending himself with his queens. But he did get an infestation pit down here, so he's going to get some infestors. These are really good against bio units. They can fungal growth right here at 75 energy, which is a damage over time ability on bio units like the Marauder and the Marine. So we'll see if that has any effect on me in a little bit. So I have my second orbital pumping out units and mules, SCVs, keeping my supply very good. Not getting supply locked. I should have salvaged this bunker now that I think of it. And actually, while we were off screen, I forgot to show, I think that he actually Banelinged my SCV line, which was, I did not even notice until I watched this replay. So that is a thing you want to keep in mind. If you have any extra Zerglings just sitting in the fog of war here, and the Terran doesn't see, you could hit his SCVs very badly with just 2 Banelings if they're all bunched up. And you really, if you're getting pounded in your base like this, you really have to do something to slow down the Terran army from just walloping your base with tons of Marauders. So anything you do to my drones, or SCVs rather, is helpful. But we'll see. I am very far ahead in the army count. So let's check out the APM here. Got about I'm going a little micro crazy right now, I guess. Let's see what I'm doing. Oh, that's actually him. About average, 100. That's good APM, you know. Everybody goes crazy about APM, but I find most people that they're just doing unnecessary things sometimes. About 100 to 150 is very good if you want to get platinum to diamond level, I think.
Mineral field depleted.
So I'm thinking that he got the upgrade for his overlords to transport units. So I'm going to take down this destructible rock and see if he's going for another hatchery over there. Because I really want to take over map control and just deny him anything. He's got a huge battle here. He's got his infestors, fungal growth on my guys, but it's still not enough. He has roaches, and he is not going to be able to expand, so he is still stuck on one base here, with his creep dying out. His queen frantically trying to spawn larvae. And, honestly, I don't think he's going to be able to pull it off. You have a starport down going from medevacs. You could drop ship if I wanted to, but to where and what purpose? At this point, I have so many more SCVs than him. Let's see, the population count is 39 to 88. It is looking bad for jestics here. And I finally got my tanks out. And see, another important upgrade is the concussive shells for the Marauders. You could really do some damage to your enemy there if you could slow him down while he's running away and pick off some extra guys. So we're going to get 2 more barracks down. That's a good rule. 2 barracks per orbital, or 2 or 3 barracks every orbital you put down. Getting some mules down. Now, this would be a good time to expand again. You really don't want to have guys on minerals like this, but I am really focusing on keeping this guy locked in his base, so I'm more worried about that. Now I'm going to have a siege down. We're going to have another battle here, but the roaches are going to go after my siege tank, and they're going to leave themselves open to my stimmed Marauders and medevac. But I am still denied access to his base because of these spine crawlers, so that's a good move by him. And we see he is really stuck at 1,500 minerals. There's nothing he can do, though, with only 1 hatchery. Probably what I would try to do is get another hatchery down, but I mean, at this point, it's almost looking like a GG. Now, if you want, you could always get Infernal Pre-Igniter for your Hellions, and that'll give them a blue flame, and it's much more effective against Zerglings and other light units. But look, he's going for his last stance here. This is the last chance he has. He's going to throw all his drones into this and see if he can get out onto his natural out here. See, we're going to stim up, and he is not going to be able to do enough damage with the fungal growth and the roaches. We even got some drones attacking, but they're just not doing enough damage. And it is going to be a GG. The infestors tried, but they could not overcome. Another thing, fungal growth also stops your units from moving, so if used properly, it can be very powerful. Infestor rush no good? I agree. And the end of the game has come. I hope you enjoyed that game. It was a pretty intense game, I think. Constant action on both parts, but I was able to successfully really just hold him off, and he wasn't able at all to get to his natural, which he really needs against Terran. So thanks guys for watching. I'll have some more StarCraft 2 videos up soon, some more commentary videos, and I'll see you next time.